this all my life. I feel it in my veins, feel it in my blood. You know I can't stop till I'm good and done. I'm gonna push it harder, gonna climb up higher. It's like I just can't miss. I was made for this. I show the world I'm stronger, prove it to them I'm a fighter. I can't help but win. I was made for this. Yeah, I was made for this. I was made for this.
Got a bull. Good morning. It's Monday, September the 4th. Had a bull bugle about. He's answering me and he's raking. Kevin went behind me to rake. I just saw the bull. He went up the mountain right here about 150, 200 yards below me. He's big. He is big. Big white horn bull. He just chuckled at me. He's already moved up. He had cows. I saw the cows, then I saw him. Now it's about 7. It's 7:34 right now. I shot 7:20, 7:19. I'm just now kind of getting my wits about me. I should have turned the camera on right after the fact. Caught Kevin and I's conversation, but anyway, I'll tell a story in a little bit. But so after the bull this morning, we chased up here, and we could hear him bugling going up. So we were chasing him up the mountain, which is never a good idea actually, but he just kept bugling on his own so we could keep tabs on him. So we got up here. This is the spot where I shot the cow 2 years ago. We knew this spot. We knew it was a good place to call it in. And we knew it was going to be about on the same contour as him. Or that's what we thought. Maybe I have to call him down a little bit. But I got to tell you, I got wore slap out running up here. And we tried to get here nonstop. And we did. It took us a little bit to pack up all our crap from down at the bottom because we had decoys out and everything else. I had to go find Kevin. He was raking for me. The bolt is bugled. So we got everything packed up. We got up here. And I started cow calling. And the bull bugled. And I started challenging him. I'd cow call. He'd answer me. And I'd cut him off. When his bugle would stop, my bugle would be ringing, or I would be chuckling. And he was chuckling at the end of his bugles, and I imitated him. I challenged him. I screamed at him, and I was using 2 calls. This one and my old Primo's call. This one. And he would answer every time I'd use this call. And then I'd cut him off. I'd say, all right, I got a cow. You tried to talk to her, and I don't like it. What are you going to do about it? And this went on for, I don't know what, 10 minutes? 10 minutes or so, maybe 15, I don't know. I was starting to get a little frustrated, and but he kept engaged, kept calling. Kevin went back about 50 yards behind me and was raking. And then I saw a bull show up here in this meadow. I don't know, this will either be one of the greatest mornings of my life or one of the worst. We'll find out here shortly. We'll check in with you then. I just was showing our setup here where we ran up here and got set up. Here's where we're at. Got here, I actually moved back in here. I was clear back in there breaking branches and calling because it sounded like there was a bull behind us, and there was, but it was a different bull. And so there were 2 bulls bugling, and when I got down there and was calling down there, Kevin heard a bull up above me, and he come and got me and said, bull just chuckled up above us. So I ran back to this spot. I mean, it was kind of an awesome melee this morning. It's the way elk hunting and turkey hunting goes. Long periods of boredom interspersed with sudden moments of panic and bedlam. But so I moved back to here, and then I stood right there with that sun shining up against that tree right there. And I moved back to about right here. That's where I shot the bull. And he was right there. Well, it's 8 o'clock. I've been praying. We're gonna go start to look and see what we can see. Check in with you later. Hopefully we find his bull. I'm just nervous. It's just nervousness. Just a lot of emotion bow hunter goes through, so which is why we do it. So I'm going to have Kevin go out there where I believe the bull was standing. We're going to start there, work our way up the hill where we last saw him, see what we can find. We'll check in with you later. Yeah, somewhere right around in there. Alright, so this is where we're at. It's 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock. We couldn't find any sign where I shot the bull. Can't find my arrow. Just started working through the brush where we thought we heard the crash. Never found anything. Finally, I found blood. Praise the Lord. It's a miracle that I found it. In the brush way up on the mountain. Probably 100 or so yards from where I shot him. And then we followed it for about another 100 yards. About 250 yards from where I shot. And it's pretty good blood. We can follow. He's only bleeding on his left side, which is the side the arrow went in. We tried to backtrack the blood back down to the place of the shot so we can try to find my arrow. So we can learn something from the arrow, but we can't find it. The blood just literally stops. It's like right there where I first found it. That's the first sign of blood. We can't backtrack it from there. We backtracked it about 10 feet, and then it just stops in the middle of a bush. It's right in the middle of a bush. I mean, like how he was in the thing, I don't know. And we can't find it anywhere in the perimeter around it. So, of course, we know what direction he was generally coming from. But we can't find it, so we tried to backtrack all the way down here to find my arrow. Can't find my arrow, so we're going to give it another half an hour or so, which will be 2 hours. And then we're going to go up there and start blood trailing again. He's going through the brush, and so he's leaving a lot of blood on the brush. The blood's red. The blood looks good. I just don't know if it's a flesh wound and I'm in the shoulder, which is, I guess, a good chance that's the case. I don't know. So maybe that's what happened. Maybe I just got in the shoulder, and that shoulder blade, and no penetration, and just flesh wound. I don't know, but only bleeding on his left side, and no arrow to look at to see how much penetration we got. So that's where we're at right now. So we're just going to give him a little more time and then go back up here. It's getting hot quick. Well, here's the sad news. It is 11:25, so a little over 4 hours since I shot at that bull this morning. And we blood trailed him for, I don't know, half a mile, quarter of a mile, something like that. And he went all the way up on top, never stopped, never bedded down. Blood was pretty good when he was in the brush. You know, when he got out in the open, we had a hard time following his blood. But anyway, we gave him 2 hours. We've been looking for 2 hours. We looked for probably another half an hour, part of that first 2 hours. But we can't find him. He's, I'm sure I know what's happened now. Looking at the evidence, remembering the shot and everything. left shoulder blade, and every bit of evidence indicates that. The arrow hanging out, the majority of the arrow hanging out. The sound of the shot, which was more of a loud thump and crack, not a crack, but not a pumpkin when you're through the vitals in the rib cage. And the blood, the way the blood is, you can tell it's just on his leg, and it's brushing off. So we can't find my arrow, and I know for sure how much penetration I had, but that bull was moving. The bull was moving when I went to shoot, and he kept moving and stopping, which was helping me because he was getting more and more broadside. And when I shot, I think he was turning. Maybe he turned into the arrow. I don't really know. Or maybe I just pulled a little bit left. But whatever the case, I think that's what it is. I don't think he's hurt. I don't think it's mortal. None of the blood looks like it's mortal. There was no pink, frothy, foamy blood. It was all just like red flesh blood. So we went all the way to the fence and can't find where he crossed the fence. And anyway, we've tracked him for a long ways. But no more blood and no bull. So pretty disappointed. We've prayed numerous times. Asked the Lord to forgive me and try to do better the next time. And he'll be all right, I'm sure. Ask the Lord to heal him and let his wound not get infected. And we'll move on and try to find another one. That's the painful part of bow hunting. That anyone who's bow hunted for any length of time completely understands where I'm at right now. Pretty sick to my stomach and miserable, but you can't stay down. You gotta get up. You gotta keep climbing, keep hammering, keep trying, and it only takes one, and the next one might be it, so we'll keep trying. We're not gonna quit. That's all I got. Alright, good evening. It's Monday, Labor Day, September the 4th. It's about 6 o'clock in the evening. Kevin and I are set up in a ravine. It's the wind's a little shifty down in here, but this is where we spotted the chocolate horn bull yesterday about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. There's a little dead bush right here that was like the epicenter of all the elk activity, and we're sitting right above it. There's water down there to our right. So, anyway, elk could come from anywhere. Been a lot of activity right in this oak brush where we're sitting. It's real steep on both sides. But back in the saddle after my disappointing morning with the satellite bull. But anyhow, there's a lot of bear in here. There's a lot of mule deer in here, and there's quite a bit of elk sign in here. Plus, we saw 15 elk here about 1 o'clock yesterday, and then when we came in here yesterday evening, we saw about 8 or 10. So maybe we can call something in here to this area where